Good evening, Primary. Tonight I'm going to read Walt Disney's Bambi by Felix Salten. When Bambi was born, the forest animals came to greet him. Bambi came into the world in the middle of a forest, surrounded by trees and bushes. The little hiding place was only just big enough for the new baby and his mother, but a magpie soon spotted him there. "What a beautiful baby!" she cried, and away she flew to spread the news to all the other animals of the forest. Her chattering soon brought dozens of birds and animals to the leafy spot. The rabbits came hurrying, the squirrels came a-scurrying, robins and bluebirds fluttered and flew. At last, even the old owl woke up from his long day's sleep. "Hoo, hoo," the owl said sleepily, hearing all the commotion. "Wake up, friend owl," a rabbit called. "What happened? The young prince is born." "Everyone's going to see him," said the squirrels. "You must come too." With a sigh, the owl spread his wings and flew off towards the hiding place. There he found squirrels and rabbits and birds peering into the bushes at a doe and a little spotted fawn. The fawn was Bambi, the new prince of the forest. "Congratulations," said the owl, speaking for all the animals. "This is quite an occasion. It isn't often that a prince is born in the forest." The doe looked up. "Thank you," she said quietly. Then with her nose she gently nudged her sleeping baby until he lifted his head and looked around. She nudged him again and licked him reassuringly. At last he pushed up onto his thin legs, trying to stand. "Look, he's trying to stand up already," cried one of the little rabbits, named Thumper. "He's awfully wobbly though, isn't he?" Thumper the bunny became Bambi's first friend. Thumper, the mother rabbit explained, pulled him back. "That's not a nice thing to say." The new fawn's legs were not very steady, it was true, but at last he stood up beside his mother. Now all the animals could see the fine white spots on his red-brown coat and the sleepy expression on his soft baby face. The forest around him echoed with dozens of small voices. A soft breeze rustled the leaves about the thicket, and the watching animals whispered among themselves. But the little fawn did not listen to any of them. He only knew that his mother's tongue was licking him softly, washing and warming him. He nestled closer to her and closed his sleepy eyes. Bambi learned to play games with the bunnies. Quickly the animals and birds slipped away through the forest. Thumper the rabbit was the last to go. "What are you going to name the young prince?" he asked the little deer's mother. "I'll call him Bambi," she said. "Bambi," Thumper said. "Bambi, that's a good name. Goodbye, Bambi." And he hopped away after his sisters. Bambi was not a sleepy baby for long. Soon he followed his mother down the narrow forest paths. Bright flowers winked at him from beneath the leaves. Prickly branches tickled his legs as he passed. Squirrels and chipmunks looked up and called, "Good morning, young prince." Possums, hanging by their long tails from a tree trunk, said, "Hello, Prince Bambi." The fawn looked at them all with wondering eyes, but he did not say a word. Finally, as Bambi and his mother reached a little clearing in the forest, they met Thumper and his family. "Hi, Bambi," said Thumper. "Come on and play." "Yes, let's play," Thumper's sisters cried. And away they hopped over branches and hillocks and tufts of grass. Bambi soon joined in and began to jump up and run on his stiff, twindly legs. Thumper jumped over a log and his sisters followed. "Come on, Bambi," Thumper called. "Hop over the log." Bambi jumped. Not far enough though. He fell with a plop on top of the log. "Oh dear," said Thumper. "You'll do better next time." Bambi untangled his legs and stood up again. But still he did not speak. He pranced along behind Thumper and soon he saw a family of birds sitting on a branch. Bambi looked at them. "Those are birds, Bambi," Thumper Thumper told him. Birds! Bird! Bambi said slowly. The young prince had spoken his first word. Thumper and his sisters were all excited, and Bambi was pleased too. He repeated the word over and over to himself. Then he saw a butterfly across the path. Bird, bird, he cried again. No, Bambi, said Thumper. That's not a bird, that's a butterfly. The butterfly disappeared into a clump of yellow flowers. Bambi bounded towards them happily. Butterfly, he cried. No, Bambi, said Thumper. Not butterfly, flower. Thumper pushed his nose into the flowers and sniffed. Bambi did the same, but suddenly he drew back. His nose had touched something warm and furry. Out from the bed of flowers came a small black and white head with two shining eyes. Flower, cried Bambi. As the little animal stepped out, the white strip down his black furry back glistened in the sun. Thumper was laughing so hard that he could barely speak. That's not a flower, said Thumper. That's a skunk. Flower, Bambi said again. I don't care, said the skunk. The young prince can call me Flower if he wants to. I don't mind. And that's how Flower the skunk got his name. One morning, Bambi and his mother walked down a path. It grew lighter and lighter as they walked along. Soon the trail ended in a tangle of bushes and vines, and Bambi could see a great bright open space spread out before them. Bambi wanted to bound out there to play in the sunshine, but his mother stopped him. Wait, she said, you must never run onto the meadow without first making sure it's safe. She took a few slow, careful steps forward. She listened and sniffed in all directions. Then she called, come. Bambi ran out. He felt so good and so happy that he leapt into the air again and again, for the meadow was the most beautiful place he had ever seen. His mother dashed forward and showed him how to race and run in the tall grass. Bambi ran after her. He felt as if he were flying. Round and round they raced in great circles. At last his mother stopped, stood still, catching her breath. Then Bambi and his mother set out to explore the meadows. Soon he spied his little friend the skunk sitting in the middle of some blossoms. Good morning, Flower, said Bambi. Next he found Thumper and his sisters nibbling on some sweet clover. Try some, Bambi, said Thumper. So Bambi did. Suddenly a big green frog jumped out of the clover patch and hopped over the meadow pond. Bambi had not seen the pond before, so he hurried over to look close. As the fawn came near, the frog hopped into the water. Where could he have gone? Bambi wondered. So he bent down to look into the pond. As the ripples cleared, Bambi jumped back, for he saw a fawn down there in the water looking at him. Don't be frightened, Bambi, his mother said to him. You're just seeing yourself in the water. Bambi looked over once more. This time he saw two fawns looking at him. He jumped back again and he lifted his head. He saw that it was true. There was another little fawn standing beside him. Hello, she cried. Bambi backed away and ran to his mother, where he was quietly eating grass beside another doe. Bambi leaned against her and peered out at the other little fawn who had followed him there. Don't be afraid, Bambi, his mother said. This is little Fallin, and this is your Aunt Edna. Can't you say hello to them? Hello, Bambi, said the two deers, but Bambi did not say a word. He had been waiting to meet other deer. His mother reminded him, well, Aunt Edna and Fallin are deer just like us. Now, can't you speak to them? Hello, whispered Bambi in a small, small voice. Come and play, Bambi, said Fallin. She leaned forward and licked his face. Bambi dashed away as fast as he could, and Fallin raced after him. They almost fell over the meadow. Up and down they chased each other. Over the little hillock they raced. When they stopped, all topsy-turvy and breathless, they were good friends. Then they walked side by side on the bright meadow, exploring it quietly together. One morning, Bambi woke up shivering with cold. Even before he opened his eyes, his nose told him there was something new and strange in the world. Then he looked outside, and all around him, everything was covered with white. "It is snow, Bambi," his mother said. "Go on out and have a look. It's all right, really." Bambi stepped out onto the snow very cautiously. His feet sank into the soft blanket. He had to lift up high as he walked along. Now and then, with a soft flop, a tiny snowy heap would tumble from a leaf overhead onto his nose and back. Bambi was delighted. From the crest on the little hill, he saw Thumper. Thumper was sitting on the top of the pond. "Come on, Bambi," Thumper shouted. "Look, the water's stiff." He thumped with one foot against the solid ice. "You can even slide on it, watch." Thumper took a run and slid swiftly across the pond. Bambi tried it too, but his legs shot out from under him and down he crashed onto the hard ice. That was not so much fun. "Let's play something else," Bambi suggested, when he had carefully pulled himself to his feet again. "Where's Flower?" "I think I know," said Thumper. He led Bambi to the doorway of a deep burrow. He peered down into it. There, peacefully sleeping on a bed of withered flowers, lay the little skunk. "Wake up, Flower," Bambi called. "Is it spring yet?" Flower asked sleepily, half opening his eyes. "No, winter's just beginning," Bambi said. "What are you doing?" "Hibernating," the little skunk replied. "Flowers like to sleep in the winter, you know." Thumper yawned. "I guess I'll take a nap too," he said. "Goodbye, Bambi. I'll see you later." So Bambi was left alone. Sadly, he wandered back to his home. "Don't fret, Bambi," his mother said. "Winter will soon be over and spring will come again." So Bambi went to sleep beside his mother in the snug, warm thicket and dreamed of the jolly games that he and his friends would play when springtime came again. And that's Bambi in the meadow with all his friends. I really hope you enjoyed that and look forward to seeing you soon. Good night.